I'm doing very well, and I'm excited to be here and be part of this series. Well, I am a big comics fan. If I had a different angle, you could see all the comics memorabilia in my room. 25-year-old guy, 4th grade teacher at the time, and I was engaged at the time. I had a cat and a dog until one day the evil villainous lump appeared on my left testicle, and from there was quite a battle. I had to call in some support in the form of a doctor who referred me to an ultrasound, who referred me to a urologist, and the urologist told me after grabbing my testicles and looking at the ultrasound, he told me that I had testicular cancer, and that not only did I have cancer, that the entire testicle needed to be removed tomorrow. I was expecting to hear that I had cancer because I knew a lump on your testicles, not a good sign for a young man, but I thought they could do a biopsy. I didn't realize that they were going to take the whole thing, but I realized it would be kind of nuts to keep it in there, so I had him remove the testicle. A Ballsy Sense of Tumor launched actually on my first day of chemo. Originally, I was kind of writing just a self-memoir. When I was going on the internet to find resources to kind of understand what had happened to me, I found that there wasn't a lot of resources written from a 20-something's perspective about testicular cancer. So I decided that, hey, I can't help that I have cancer now, but I can help the next person. So I decided to start developing the resource. It's kind of a twofold approach. It's the first half of the website is kind of a guide for someone facing testicular cancer, but the larger overall mission is getting guys to sack up and talk about their health on a regular basis. Biggest thing, I was going to play very close to the chest and say that I had a mass removed. I wasn't going to say that I had the entire testicle removed because I didn't necessarily want that out there at first. But then as I'm writing the post about my surgery, I realized that by keeping that in, I was contributing to the problem. That not having one less testicle makes me any less of a man, and I would be inclined to say openly admitting that actually makes me more of a man. We're living in 2018, and there's been a whole lot of different movements, and I think the next big movement that I would love to see is men talking openly about not only their health, but their fears, their emotions, and just, we don't need to be the men that our grandparents or great-grandparents were, where you keep everything in, because that's more damaging. I really want guys to talk openly about their health, and so what I always say is I no longer have two testicles, but my new favorite pair is humor and education. A kind of a witty remark, after the guy's done laughing, I talk a little bit about their men's health in general, and that leads to more discussions. But I find that the humor is a really good icebreaker because nobody really wants a lecture, but it's an important discussion that we need to be talking about regularly. My approach to self-care is really twofold. I do a lot of exercise now. I was, as much as I don't want to admit it, I had really let myself get out of shape prior to cancer, and I had a million excuses. I was working on a master's degree, I just didn't have time, I didn't have energy, but after realizing what it's really like to not have energy, I make it a commitment to now go to the gym or run or do something physical every day. I got a Fitbit, and that helps keep me accountable. What helps me take care of the mental side of self-care is I do a lot of writing. At one point, within a year of diagnosis, I had written 60,000 words. I totaled it up because I was really bored one day and I wanted to see how much I had written. I'm coming up on about 2 years of writing, so probably like 100,000 words. I don't know, I'd have to add it up. But that's been really helpful to me, and that's something that I really advocate for anyone going through anything is if you write it down, you're getting it out, and you might not be verbally getting it out to somebody, but you're getting it onto paper or a Google Doc or whatever you choose to type on. And it just helps get it out there, and then it's no longer just banging around in your head. And if you choose to share it with somebody, awesome, it probably will help them. But if not, if it's at least out there, then you'll have a record of how far you've come. So there's really a twofold thing that I want them to take away. Number one, I want them to know how to do a testicular self-exam, and it's super easy. You basically take each testicle and you roll it around on your fingers. kind of like how you would check a grape, and you're feeling for anything that feels abnormal. And repeat it monthly so you have kind of a baseline. If you've never done a testicular self-exam, once you're done watching this video, go do it in the shower, and then repeat it again the next month, and just keep track of any changes from time to time. And then more importantly, after you've done it, help your friends be accountable and talk openly about your health. Be like, hey, I was watching this video about this guy who just wouldn't shut up about testicles for, however long I've been talking. Did you ever hear of a self-exam? So put the onus on me. Use me as a guise to open up more discussion. But we just need to talk about our health, because as we talk about it more and more, it's going to become less awkward. It's going to be awkward in the beginning. That's because we've been conditioned to keep it in. And once we get the ball rolling on more open discussions, it'll just become commonplace. And so there's no need to keep it inside. You could save a life by sharing that message with somebody else. And I think that's a really, really powerful thing. And I think that's probably one of the most masculine things you can do, is open up and help potentially save a life. It's a ballsysenseoftumor.com, and then on Instagram it's a Ballsy Sense of Tumor, and then on Twitter it's absottc. And if you find anything and you want to reach out to me personally, it's justin@ballsysenseoftumor.com is my direct email. Yeah, thanks for helping get the ball rolling on such an important topic.